Good, good evening. It's 10:30, and been a rainy day in our area, and so I've just been watching the videos, and I'm sure that maybe a lot of people that Nazim Hamed, and he was a very famous boxer, very good boxer, and I used to live very close to him. I probably jump over my back wall, and his house was 100 yards away, and same with the Winkerbank boxing gym, and Brendan Ingle, who was the trainer of Nazim Hamed. But I've just been watching some videos and I've met both these people, and I knew Nazim because he was a cheeky little twat, without a doubt, when he was about 8 years old, 7, 8, 9 years old. And he was a twat, without a doubt, but he was also a great boxer. And him and my brother are good friends. And Nazim, I just went to the gym once or twice, but I just couldn't get into the initial training of like walking up and down, and I couldn't, because I don't know, I was maybe 20, something like that. Maybe I might have been a bit older, I don't know, but and I just couldn't get into the fucking walking up and down the lines, and so but anyway, apart from that, I was listening to Brendan talk, and now he's I guess he's 75, something like that, and he didn't have a great education, because he was a labourer coming over from Ireland, and but he knew about life, and he knew about boxing, and also he believed in God, and he wanted to help people, and he did. Not only did he help people, he really profited, did well, and he made like 4 world champions, English champions, British champions, European champions. Because part of his thing was that in the gym, it was boxing. Boxing is an art, and I had friends that they just wanted to fucking see people smash each other's faces up, like fight like animals, just pounding each other. But boxing is, and always has been, an art, is to hit people, is to hit your opponent without getting hit yourself. That is the skill of boxing. That is the art of boxing, is to punch people and not get punched yourself. It's fucking art. It's a skill that people train for years and years and years, And it's a great art. It's a great sport. But anyway, so this video is about listening to people and listening to older people who have like knowledge, and while they've got knowledge is because they fucking failed so many times, as Brendan said, and so have I. I've failed so many times. Now, I was trying to tell someone about this Filipino girl he was in love with, and I'm just saying, it's not a good idea. And it wasn't. So, but to go on to that, and Victor has touched upon this as well, and this is what this video is coming down to. It's about men coming to Japan and getting hold of Japanese girls because they think that Japanese girls, and it happens in China too, that Western men think that they've got like a free-for-all or a free pass with Asian women wherever they go. And it's the same as anywhere else, because people are the same. Men and women, they're the same. So if you're going out with someone, or you find someone attractive and you go on a date, and then 1 or 2 dates, and then you think, or you have sex, and then you think, that's it, I've had sex, I can get rid of this person, or I've got money from this person, I don't need this person anymore. But that is like, for example, it's like judo or karate or getting a green beret in the Royal Marines. Once you get that green beret, once you get sex, once you get a black belt in judo, or a black belt in karate, or a black belt in kendo, whatever. That is not the fucking finish. That is the beginning. That's just a test for you to get there. Once you get that black belt, once you get that green beret, that is not the fucking ultimate. That is just the beginning of your fucking training, the beginning of your life. So when all these men that come to Japan and Asia, and they're just like fucking here, there, and everywhere, what do you think that's happening to these girls, that they think they've met someone they love or like, and then all of a sudden they find you, oh, fuck off, I don't want to see you again? What kind of fucking person does that? You're a fucking cunt. You're not like fucking hot. You're a fucking animal. You're fucking disgusting. Now, when I was in New Zealand, I met a mate. He became my mate. He was driving for the company. I was selling timeshare. He was driving for the company. His name was Tim. And Tim was big, he was handsome, but he, to me, got goofy teeth, so I didn't see what the fucking girls saw in him. But he was very, very friendly, without a doubt. He won the Lifty of the Year award, because he worked on the ski resort as well. And he won the Lifty of the Year, and that gave him a prize to work in Germany. But him and another guy, they had a competition to see who could shag most women. And there are people like that in Nagoya as well. They have like some kind of competition. Let's see how many girls we can shag. Let's see who is the biggest fucking man. Well, when I was there, and you know when they say you like someone, no, I just want it, and you put forward your like best effort, and you go, no, we just want to be friends. Well, this girl, she was quite attractive, and she was a pilot, and she took me up in a plane. That's not a euphemism. And I was like flying this plane for a while, and it dropped like 300 meters, and I didn't realize that, of course. But like I said, but she wasn't interested in me. But she was interested in Tim, because he had this thing. He had this thing where he would. So if there's a group of, and he told me this, if there's a group of girls, what you do, you're making a lunge for the quietest one. You go for the quietest girl. And she can't believe her luck, because he chose me. And he did that, and he was telling me the next day she had a great pair of tits. And he fucked her, a great pair of tits, but that was it. So we all went, so later we ended up meeting in London, and Tim had been on a ski resort with his girlfriend, and the people that were a few people that were in met in New Zealand, Queenstown. I was working in London then for a Japanese company, and we decided to drive over and meet him. And so that morning we went out on his first ski run, and Tim went to phone his mum to let her know it's her birthday or something like that, I think. And he went to phone his mum, and so she wasn't in, which turned out to be tragic, because as Tim and Alex, they set off skiing, and they came over a lip. They was, and it was they went down in like a dip, and came over the tip, and Tim came over, I think first, or a different way, or Alex managed to avoid it, and there was like a snow grader, 10 o'clock in the morning, a snow grader moving up the slopes. It's Austria, what can I say? And Tim went straight into the grader, and I was, because we were behind him, and I was with his girlfriend, and he said, "Oh, don't worry, it'll be okay." And so we skied down to where Tim was. The guy had backed away from Tim, and I went over to him, and I started to do compressions on his chest, but there was no chest there, because the grader had killed him instantly and crushed all his chest. And Tim died in front of our eyes. And so we took him. So then we had to sort out how to get his body and his car back to Britain. And so what we went back, and his mum and dad, they invited me and Alex to out on a Sunday because they wanted to know what had happened and about him, what had happened on that day. And we told our stories of what had happened. And his mum told the story of how she went to his grave and she found a New Zealand girl, and this was the girl that he had fucked and used, just one of the many he had fucked and used. And she was crying at his grave. She loved him just after one night because he had a magnetic personality, and she loved him. She was crying because just that one night. Whether it was karma, I don't know. But if you are in Japan or you are in Asia and you're using people to fuck just so that you can have some kind of pleasure and you can fucking brag about it to your mates, that's up to you. But whether you get hit by a fucking ski grader, whether you get hit by a car, even if you don't, all these experiences of you having to tell that person that fuck off, I don't want to see you again, you fucking skank, you whore, you stupid fucking cunt, they will build up. Those experiences will build up and make you fucking hate yourself because you're a cunt. Happy times.